I think this is working. We'll find out. I got a one video rendering so I can upload to YouTube, and I'm gonna record another. Hopefully there's not too much interference. Hopefully my laptop can handle it. There's a bunch of things I want to talk about, make videos about, but by the time I want to make the video, the idea has moved on to something else. It's never, by the time I'm able to make a video or record a video, the ideas that I had in mind have evolved into something else, and it's just this chronic state of flux. But I was recording my last video, and a lot of stuttering, a lot of slurring, also a lot of heavy breathing. I think it's the job I'm doing right now. It's like a very dust-filled environment, and yeah, you can wear a mask, but then it's hard to breathe, and I have to work physically, like very intensely. So if I have a mask, I mean, I'll try wearing a mask. Maybe that'll help. We'll save on the black nose boogers. I don't even work in a mine. That's the worst part. I don't even work in a mine, but I'm still getting the downsides of working in a mine. It's quite literally today's first world problems. Drinking my cold coffee, and yeah, I have too much in my mind, too much I want to say, but not enough coherence and energy to get my message across or get my message out there. Rolling my little quartz and obsidian crystal ball in my hand, see if it can channel some focus, some clarity, some creation, because obsidian is connected to fire because of volcanoes, and volcanoes are a symbol, well, they're a symbol of destruction, but also creation, because whatever the molten fire destroys, it paves the way for new life and brings new minerals into the earth, or out of the earth into the world. So yeah, maybe this will help. But I find my mind racing lately towards everything negative. The scenarios are all negative. Maybe I'm smoking too much weed. I do agree with myself. I need to cut back on the weed. I haven't had any alcohol. It's been like 6 months. Still going strong on that. But maybe I need to cut back on the weed too. The only reason why I started smoking more weed is to manage some pain. I have almost excruciating pain in my back. It's some type of either spinal arthritis or tendonitis in various back muscles that just, it's not getting better, and because of my job it doesn't help. Like, even working out, I just get tired, and well, if I don't get overly exhausted when working out, I'll do like maybe 3 exercises. Sure, I'll do like 4 sets in exercise, but by the 3rd exercise I'm exhausted, and oftentimes the pain just prevents me from continuing on. There's only so much I can actually do in a session. The only thing that remedies it the best, but that's just symptom based, it like helps with the symptoms, is massage therapy. That I find really helps alleviate the pain. But it's more expensive to go get a freaking massage than it is to buy weed these days. So, I mean, the weed I buy is not dirt cheap. It's good quality stuff, but it's not dirt cheap, and it's easier just to buy that and smoke that regularly than it is to go get a massage. And of course, there's always some other financial burden that you have to tend to, and you can't spend it on your well-being. I would say I spend at least 30%, whatever I'm making, of my income on supplements and products for my well-being, right? To keep myself healthy, to keep myself strong, to keep myself focused, to keep myself somewhat looking presentable. I mean, my beard's long, my hair's long right now, but I try to use natural products for my skin and hair, and natural soaps, all the as natural as basic as possible. None of this industrial sludge. I even bought these two colognes. Normally, I don't wear cologne, but sometimes there are occasions where it's nice to put on a little cologne, and it adds to your aura when you're out or whatever outfit you're wearing. I had one that was a sandalwood. I bought it years ago. Like it lasted me, I think, over a decade, and that's my go-to. Anytime I was going out for like a wedding or a big dinner or a big outing, that would be my cologne. Anyway, so it's nearing the end. It's got like a couple of centimeters left in the bottle. So I decided to treat myself and I bought two colognes, one on the cheaper side, one on the more expensive side. And the one on the cheaper side, of course, is all the shit ingredients, but the one that's more expensive is actually pretty natural and it's not filled with other crap. Uh, and again, I look at all the ingredients like for everything. Anytime I'm shopping, if it's going on me or going in me, I'm looking at the ingredients. I'm like trying to figure out what it is. Well, where is it made? Are they? Is it made in some Chinese slum factory and they're treating it with fucking, I don't know, some super industrial chlorine that leaches in from the fabric into your skin or something? Are they working near a radioactive waste dump? I'm constantly it's anxiety inducing when you worry about your health because it almost seems like from every angle you're attacked. It doesn't matter if it's for food, if it's for skincare products, if it's for cleaning, for clothes, everything. Everything seems to be an attempt to make you sick so that you could become dependent on something else. It's like this world wants you to be sick and weak. It doesn't want you to be healthy and strong. Anyway, that's what that occupies a good portion of my mind. But that's not what's bothering me. What bothering what's Jesus. Lord help me. I don't know why I'm invoking his name. I feel unworthy to invoke the name. I say it out of habit. Culture. It's like a cultural thing too. I mean, it's pretty ingrained in our DNA at this point, at least in Westerners' DNA. To even if you're not a believer, something happens, you go, oh Jesus, right? It's kind of hardwired into our DNA now. But I know the text, I know the words, heard all the stories, but I always have this, not even a sliver, it's like a crack in my soul that's just pure doubt, and it's always doubting, no matter what. And I almost feel unworthy to even invoke the name. I wear a cross. It's a Shungite cross. See, even my crosses, I want them to be crystals that protect me, and Shungite protects you from EMF and all that. And I just felt, I don't know if it's just placebo or if I was really being spiritually attacked, but I forgot it. Like I showered everything, cleaned myself up, got dressed for work, and I left it at home. And at work, I just felt more anxious, more spiritually attacked. And I don't know if that's just because I've attached this sense of security and protection to this tiny little pendant I wear around my neck, or if it was actually protecting me from something. I don't know. I do not know anymore for anything. As soon as I think I understand something or understand how something works, it's like the universe and its rules just flip on its side or on an angle just for shits and giggles. And that's annoying. It's like I'm playing a puzzle game. My life is just a puzzle game, but the puzzle moves and the game master's watching me and he likes to fuck with me. So I don't know what my philosophy should be anymore. I don't know how I should tackle my life's problems anymore, besides, like, obviously you can look at things materialistically and financially, but spiritually I don't know how to tackle the world anymore. I'm truly lost. And I put on this face of I have everything together and I can manage, but inside I'm screaming. I have a mouth. I have I mean, I do have a mouth. I do have a mouth. But spiritually, I have no mouth. And I must scream. I must rage. I must roar. And no one's going to hear me. You're gonna hear me roar. I was a big fan of Katy Perry until the whole thing with her suing old people and dating Justin Trudeau. After that, I was like, no, no, get rid of her. She's done. She's a turncoat. She's supposed to be this like, oh, I was born and raised Midwest and I'm of the people. No, no, no. You're just part of the same cabal of evil pieces of shit. Be gone. Be gone with thee. But I did like her music. I'm a millennial. Us millennials, we teeter. What's that ride there? That old school ride. It's like a teeter tot. The swing there. It's like It's like swings one way and then it swings the other way. Oh my god, what is that? Okay, I'm gonna look it up right now. What is the swing in a playground that goes up one way, down the other? What? Oh my god. Like I can type fast, but it's gonna be a mess grammatically. And what is the swing in a playground? That, oh my lord. You can't see the screen. I'm not going to show the screen, but that goes up one way and down the other. Okay. Seesaw. Holy shit. A seesaw. Yeah. Millennials, our music taste is like a seesaw. One minute it's all angst and horror and dread and rage, and the next it's all bubbly and pink and girlish. Channeling the masculine and the feminine. But yeah. Where was I going with this conversation? Oh yeah, I'm I'm at a loss spiritually. And I don't know where I'm going to find the answers anymore. It's like I got more books. I mean, I definitely need to read more. I'll start reading this one book. But that's more of a... See, I'm really big on... If there's esoteric knowledge that could be used in a physical fashion, not in terms of spiritual belief, but like meridians, for example. Traditional Chinese medicine. There's some truth to meridians. Absolutely. I believe this 100%. Do we understand it completely? No. There might be... Well, of course, the ancient Chinese probably understood it better, and that's where we should start, right? So I'm reading this book on meridians just to kind of help my well-being, and maybe it can fix something. Maybe my pain's linked to an organ damage and from my years of drinking, or maybe the pain is linked to something else that I wasn't aware of. Maybe I am drinking too much coffee, and it's not another organ that's causing pain, and my body's telling me to slow down and take a break. So I'm reading a book on that, and I do... I've been bouncing this crystal ball between my hands. I think it's kind of working. Maybe. Could be just a placebo effect. See? I'm just so doubtful of everything. Like, I do stuff, and even if it does work, I'm in my mind, I'm like, this isn't working. This isn't getting anywhere. This was not the topic of my video. This is just the prelude, the introduction. I think what I really wanted to talk about on this video is women. Let's talk about women. Oh, do we love women, don't we? Girl power. Women can do anything. Boss ladies and all that. You know my fucking opinion on it is? If men didn't have a overwhelming physical desire to screw women, in today's society, women would not have been shit. If there... Oh, fuck, I almost dropped my crystal ball. If there was a way to just mitosis ourselves, we create a semi-clone of ourselves that continues on after we pass, or we all get some kind of tube which I mean, this is transhumanism and goes against everything God has made for us. But if men just could just use a cloning vat to create a son and just to continue on after they die, or themselves, that women would not be fucking needed. Women in general are useless. Besides being objects of desire and objects of fertility, they do not add to the equation. Don't get me wrong. There are some women that are pioneers, right? These are women who are extremely educated, like actually educated, not a educate art bullshit or fashion or some influencer bullshit. Like they're scientists or they're, well, even scientists. I mean, yeah, they're female scientists, but women are not really fit to be engineers. I don't know if you remember that story where this bridge, it was just an overpass bridge, and it was designed 100% by women, and it fell apart. There's some jobs I feel like most tasks in today's society, most women are not equipped for it, but they're pushed into it because it's empowering and it's, look, we can do it all as well, or we can do it better than men, and they can't. They really can't. Oh yeah, that's what this. Well, this ties into the women thing, but at my job, uh, one of my coworkers got fired. It was a chick, and she was hired for a job that most women cannot do. It's a physical job. It's a lot of moving quickly. It's not a complicated job. It doesn't require a lot of schooling, but it just requires a an effort that is generally uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable amount of effort you got to put in. You're sweating, you're lifting things that are hurting your body, but you lift them anyways. And she couldn't keep up, and she got fired. And of course, she was calling other coworkers like, "Why did I get fired?" Not me, of course, because I may have, like, after a few months of working with her, started and talking to her and building rapport. I do believe I mentioned this in another video. I started to see if I could, ask her out, and of course she gave me the coldest of shoulders imaginable. Oh my god. Okay, the crystal ball's not working. Yes, what is it, kitty cat? She files a HR complaint against me. Didn't say anything sexual to her. Didn't get interpersonal space. Kept my distance, but just was very politely trying to get to know her. That's one of the bullshit strategies today. They tell people to just go out there and speak to women, but most women don't want to speak to any of the men. They just want the hypergamous nature of women. They just want that top 10% of men who make all the money, who own all the property, who have the best genetics. And people that think genetics do not play a role in dating, like, no, we're beyond that. No, like, life is about genetics. And even women that don't want to date looks match, right? Men on their similar genetic plane, they don't want that. They want better than that. And because they have access to everything these days, the social media, dating apps, just the internet in general gives them such a reach, right? They can fuel their life, or their life can be fueled by thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of men that desire them and fuel their lifestyle doing whatever they want to do, but then they only want to pick maybe 10 men out of the fucking bunch. We could do it too. No, you're being artificially supported by a bunch of men who are genetically, or you deem genetically inferior, and they support you financially with attention, right? Social media, people make money through social media because if they have enough followers, or they can advertise stuff and all that shit. It's like you're being artificially supported, and then you have the gall, the audacity to think that somehow you're rulers of the world. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Where most men are hanging on by a thread. Most men are hanging on by a thread. Most men are finding some reason to cope. Some sliver of, they don't want to, like, no, everyone's scared of death. No, people say, "Oh, I'm not afraid of death." Yes, you are. Absolutely. The human mind, the whole human journey throughout history is the fear of death. Because we know that we die. We're not animals that just one day, "Oh, I'm tired," and lay down and we take our few last breaths and that's it. Or we kind of know something's going on, but we figure we'll just deal with it. No. Humans know that death is inevitable and that it's coming. And that every day we find reasons to stay alive. because if survival is not an issue in terms of food and shelter, then the next phase is deciding what do I do with my life so I don't put a gun in my mouth or slit my wrists or hang myself or jump in front of a car or jump off a bridge or jump into and it's tragic. And it's not doesn't just happen to old men who don't have wives and not good careers and no children. It happens to young men too, young boys. Like, we have this, if we can't find a reason to live, we jump into the fire. And we don't get artificially supported like women do. And society right now is it's hypergamous, it's misandrous, it's gynocentric. That's the word I'm looking for. Gynocentric. Gynocentrism is the focus around women. You know, how many government programs cater to just women, or just women of color, or some bullshit like that. We're helping along the weakest of the crowd, of, you know, the train cart that's kind of wiggling at the back. We're carrying it along, but then it cries that, well, we're better than everybody. No, if we pull this pin, society would go so much faster. Because here's the thing: excess males, or men that are not desired, or men that just are not really a focus in life. They're supposed to survive on their own. Society does not support them. So society does not keep them going. They're not given any support whatsoever. Most men have zero fucking support. If they are barely holding on to some semblance of family connection, they have no support. Not even from their spouses or their wives or fucking whatever word you want to use. Men are deeply alone. That's one of the reasons why. I mean, I don't believe it not to be true, right? But if you're an atheist and you think that everything's just the materium, there's a reason why men focus so hard on God, because we know that we're born alone. That's that quote from Mad Men: "We're born alone and die alone." So in that journey, we desperately look for God. Men do, not women. Women don't. Women just want to go from vibes to feeling good to vibes to making that bank to slaying it. That's what they go to. Everything they live. Women are truly in the present. They're truly in the present, and to the point where they don't think about anything else. That's why women are obviously happier than men, because they truly are in the present, because their minds are like forever a child mind. I know it sounds fucked up, but their mind is forever a child mind. Very few women have this sense of the beyond, sense of, okay, thinking about the future. Very few women have this. Usually women that have children, right, because they have to think about the future once they have children, but people are not having, or at least in the West, people are not having kids anymore. So you got whole generations of women that just aren't having families. They're just, all they're doing is being a louche vampire on social media and going to quote unquote school and getting quote unquote educated and slaying it. They don't think about the future. Men always have to think about the future because their existence is not guaranteed. Their comfort is not guaranteed. So men are always thinking about the future. I mean, shit, my boss, he's got like, I think 4 or 5 kids and a couple of divorce. He is, I mean, he's very stoic and he's very hard work. He's got that, he's a Gen X, but he's got that, so he's a boomer light. He's got that boomer mentality of just work hard and deal with it. But he's stressed. You can see it in his face and in his body. He's stressed beyond belief. And the only reason why I haven't fucking taken his job less serious than I already do is because, well, he is a good boss and he seems like a good guy. So if I fuck around and it puts more stress on him, like, I'm willing to take on more pain because I see a fellow man in pain. And that's how most men, well, no, that's not true. A lot of men will cut other men loose. But that's how I'm viewing these things. I see another man in pain, I'll take on some of the pain. It's not just because I'm getting paid to do the job. The job doesn't pay that fucking well. But I'm willing to be a little more stressed because if it takes some of the load off you, then fine. But women don't think like this. And I will, you know what, know how I know women don't think like this? Because my upbringing, while my father, as far as I can remember, was a very good man and didn't do anything wrong, as far as I can remember, he wasn't, he didn't seem to be making all the big decisions in the house. It was my mom. My mom was the, you know, the head of the pyramid. She was very, she's still around, God bless her, God thank you, but she was very narcissistic and very, very strong-willed and very strongly opinionated. So my upbringing is very, in a way, feminine. So I understand female psyche probably better than most men, because most men have a parentage where, yes, it's equal, but the father has the final say. My father occasionally had the final say in things, but even if he did, he went through hell and back fighting my mom on about it. Maybe my father would have been happier living in a desert alone. But so my upbringing, in a way, has been very feminine, and I understand women probably better than most of these pickup game artists and these Alpha Sigma Chad gurus. I understand women very well. I'm not gonna. There's no. It's not something you can teach. It's not something you can. You have to live it. The only way to understand it is to live it. And I wouldn't want any male to live the upbringing that I. It wasn't like an abusive. Well, maybe it is somewhat abusive mentally. I feel like I've been mentally abused. I mean, I have some things that I'm not gonna talk about right now, but I wouldn't want any male to go through that type of upbringing, because it puts you at a disadvantage in life. Because life is hard, and for males, life is even harder than it is for females. So if you're not prepared for the world, if you're not prepared to take the hits, if you're not prepared to go through quite literally physical exertion and pain, like not just exertion, physical pain, then the world will eat you alive. But women don't understand this. Women, they're all about, no, we all gotta be nice to each other and always say the nice thing. No, you can say like some mean things every now and then. Like I can tell the difference when a boss is saying something as a joke, out of respect, but kind of like, it's kind of like tongue in cheek, right? Like, hey, I'm saying this, I'm not completely making fun of you, but I do want you to hustle, or I do want you to pick up the pace, or I do want you to, stop being a. I understand the difference between a boss that's like actually trying to hurt you. Why? Because, well, I mean, I had jobs where, with boomers, where they call you, they give you nicknames and stuff, and you just kind of have to take it. You can't just be like, oh, why'd you say that to me? I mean, obviously everyone has a breaking point. Everyone has a breaking point, and you don't know what stress people are going through in their lives, so you don't like put too much on them all at once, right? You can't just come out of the blue, start being an asshole to somebody, because immediately, biologically, they're gonna pull back. It's either fight or flight. They're either gonna fight you or they're gonna flee. So you have to. There's a way to. Men know how to speak to men, right? But men that have been raised by women do not know how to speak to men. I mean, all these crimes are happening in today's society with young men. It's probably because they have a overbearing mother, or a mother that has the final say, and we know that single motherhood is on the fucking rise. Women could do anything. We're the best teachers. We're the best. We're the nurturers. Yeah, well, women alone nurturing, it creates. This is where Gnosticism comes into play. That's why I feel Gnosticism explains our world, like our physical world, better than most. Because in Gnosticism, the goddess Sophia, right? She was like the wisdom. She tried to create a world without the source, which was God, which was the Father, the monad. She tried to create a world without him. And in the process, she created, well, she didn't create the world, but she tried to create something. And in the process, she created a monster. And this monster created the world and fed on the world. And it's a reflection of today's society, of this boss girl attitude. Women can do no wrong. Women are stronger than men. And the crime and degeneracy and the degradation of society. It's reflective of this. And I'm fucking tired of not saying anything about it. And, I live in a house. Well, I have family that's, I have a mother and a sister, and they will occasionally team up on me, right? And that's what women do. When my father was around, it wasn't as bad. But then when it was just me alone, the only male, well, all the women are gonna shit. It's biologically ingrained for women to shit test men. So when my father passed away, God rest his soul, he left me to the wolves. The female nature, the feminine nature of psychologically picking you apart. Now, I'm not saying that my sister is an evil person. I'm not saying my mother's an evil person. Well, she definitely hasn't been the nicest. And other people have said that to me, like your mother is not very nice to you, or your mother. And I've always defended my mother against others. I've always defended my mother, but like deep down, I know, yeah, it wasn't a easy ride psychologically. Now maybe I don't know. Maybe I was such a piece of shit when I was younger, and I try to poke information on my mother, like see, was there something I did as a kid that set me up for failure, or that set me up for like universal punishment? Like, am I something that deserves punishment? Am I something that deserves damnation? Like, is there something wrong with me? And so far, I haven't gotten anything. So maybe when I get something out of that. And here's the thing: I'm not. If someone's listening to this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're an incel. You're just a misogynist." And then no, I'm really not. I think men and women have an equal role to play, but their roles are different. You understand? They have a unique role to play. They're equal in that they're important in life, right? The man has a role to play. The woman has a role to play. It's just for some things men are inherently better at. Some things women are inherently better at. There's nothing wrong to say that there are differences, not just biologically, but spiritually. Spiritually, men and women are different. It's not saying they don't have a soul, which I think a lot of women are. I mean, if we're going by Gnosticism again, a lot of people are NPCs, and since a lot of women don't seem to think and always live in the moment, and there's just their programming, then yeah, maybe they are NPCs. But oh, fuck. Oh, son of a bitch. I've been with women, and now I'm practicing celibacy because the last relationship I had was it was out of lust and a lot of ups and downs, and I see myself as the problem. So okay, maybe I should take myself out of the equation. I strongly desire women. Hell, if God Himself came down and said, here's 100 women, go forth and multiply, of every flavor, or at least every flavor I'm into of woman, hell, I'm gonna be knocking back those honey packs with Gatorade and fucking coconut water, and I'm gonna go to town if God Himself tells me I can do that. But of course, we know that spiritually it's not good, because you divide your soul up. The more women you're with, you divide your soul up. And I've been with enough women to know that this effect has been weighing on me, that your parts of your soul start getting thrown around in disarray, and you're always kind of connected to those people in some way. And I've been looking at some fucking black magic to kind of regain parts of my fucking soul, but then again, I don't want to start dealing with demons and shadow figures, and I don't want to deal with that, so I end up just forgetting about it and hope that God, He's gonna send an angel my way and do it for or pray to God. No, but women could have sex with as many men as they want, right? And there's no issue. Listen, the average male is not having sex. That's what women don't understand today. The average male is, even in my time, the average male was not having sex. The average woman was having tons of sex. And they've had multiple partners. And the only men that are having hundreds of women, thousands of women, are the ones that are genetically predisposed to be chads or alphas, and the celebrities. Those are the only ones that have a remote chance of having harems of women. Remote chance. We're talking about like willingly, oh my God, willing participants in a harem. They're the only ones that have a chance at that. The average male is not having sex. The average Zoomer today is not having sex, and it's probably, I could guess, accurately and most definitely, it's mostly men that are not having sex. But of course, you're gonna get these women who are like, "Oh no, I'm pure. I'm a Catholic, and I'm a Christian, and I'm a Jesus lover, and I'm a this and that." That one girl that was I forget her name. I'm gonna find her name later, but she was this whole new influencer, on conservatism and all that. And it turns out she was cheating on her soon-to-be husband with a coworker, and she wasn't even a virgin to boot. So it's just women's nature is it's childlike. It doesn't want to accept responsibility. It lies, right? It's a go too quick to lie. I learned real early that lying gets you in fucking trouble. There's nothing wrong with not telling all the information, but outright lying, that gets you into trouble. And women are 100% okay with that because they lie to themselves first. Women lie to themselves first and tell themselves, this is okay. What I'm doing is okay. I can do this because X reason, Y reason, justifications, etc. And that's why you get these female influencers that get hundreds of thousands, millions of followers, and people are like, yeah, you go, girl. And it turns out she's just a piece of shit. She's just another hypergamous floozy. And people fall for it. People fall for it every fucking time. It's just, I'm seeing the same thing over and over again. This is why I'm going crazy, because I see the same patterns over and over and over again, and no one does anything to correct them. Like, there's some things that are normal. Like, there are some patterns that are normal. The cycle of life and death. Spring, summer, winter, autumn, winter. Almost got those mixed up. Right? These are natural cycles. Tides receding and coming back in, and these are natural cycles. But these human cycles that I see, that I'm witnessing, they're maddening. I see them over and over again. I see them everywhere, and people are so oblivious to these facts, and it pisses me off. And I've had conversations with friends and family members, and they just, because they live in such a isolated small corner of their mind, they don't believe me. And this is the way I am now. I can't connect to most people because most people, if they're not outright an NPC, they just do not want to know the greater workings of the world. And I'm seeing the same patterns over and over again, and it's maddening. It's driving me to insanity. And people are stupid. Generally, people are stupid. What's that quote by what's the comedian there? Fuck, what's his name? Forgetting all these names. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna find it. But we live in such a, so our society is also falling apart. We give women the say, the power, and what do? They let in other men, right? Other cultures of men that they themselves would complain about how privileged and overly masculine and patriarchal they are, but they'll let in them because they're the minority. No, we got to protect them. We got to coddle them. And they complain about the men here, and then they let in other men, and then they complain everything's fucked up. Well, you're the politicians that voted on this. You're the ones that voted on this, or you're the NGOs that helped this along. You're doing these charities and helping these people that are so alien to the Western spirit, and you're wondering why everything's going to shit. You're wondering why you can't walk the streets at night. I'm not saying only minorities and non-whites commit crimes. No, of course not. Of course they're, but it's this blatant protection idea we have for non-whites and non-foreigners and non-Westerners that they're better and we should let them all in. Women will be like, oh, all men, we can't go out at night because of all men. It's not all men. It's definitely not Asian men, and it's probably not white men. My God, it's fucking maddening. This is one hell of a rant, man. Okay. I'm gonna let go of this. I think the crystal ball is doing something. Channeling fire, but it's becoming uncontrollable. I don't know where to put it. I don't hate women. I love my mother to death. I love my sister to death. Even though they're women. Even though they're retarded. Even though their brains are half the size of ours. But people need to start accepting reality for what it is. And moving on. And figure out... I don't know what I'm saying. It's not like anyone's going to listen to this and be like, yeah, well, here's a solution. Or, yeah, here's a... I'm just yapping. I'm just venting. I think I just got excited that this girl got fired because she was shit at her job and she had an attitude and she filed an HR complaint. She filed an HR complaint because ultimately she was late one day and she would complain about another guy or two being late all the time and she already went behind everyone's back like first week or two, going to the boss and basically ratting out her coworkers, which is kind of like a no-no. She came super late. It's a truck unload. You have to be there at a certain time. You can't just come in and do things whenever. Trucks have to be unloaded. Stuff have to be put in other trucks at certain times, at certain intervals. So she came hella late. One of the bosses said, could you contact her? And I said, I don't have the number. Well, here's the number. All right, fine, I'll contact her. And I called her. No answer. Messaged her. No answer. Called her again. No answer. Finally, after a fourth or fifth time, I called her, left a voicemail, and left a very delicate joke of, hey, princess, I hope you're sleeping well, but we need you at the truck unload. That was my fucking comment. And that was the HR complaint. After I already had a rapport with her, after we've already had discussions, after she's already been complaining about other people about being late. Oh, so you just don't want to be the target for once? You can't handle your own medicine? I wasn't even mean to her. I just made a slight joke. But of course, women got to be protected. HR complaint. They sat me down and everything. Had to sign a fucking paper. I didn't keep the number either. I fucking deleted the number because she was also accusing me of like trying to get her number without her permission. I'm like, no, the boss gave it to me. Maybe he was not in the right to do that, but like I'm just trying to get you to come to work so I don't have to fucking deal with more shit. But no, women have to be coddled, have to be protected. Well, I mean, I guess it's ironic that I'm saying this, even though she's the one that got fired. But again, she was not pulling her weight. Quite literally, she was not even pulling her weight. Because women today, I'm sure there's gonna be something in the future. She's gonna like accuse this company of misogyny or some fucking bullshit, or she's gonna get a fucking deal out of it. I don't know, maybe a severance pay. Otherwise, she's gonna go and make a fucking social media post about it. No, oh, we can't offend women. If we offend women, they're gonna come after us. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Okay, I agree, but women are retarded and they hold society back, and they waste time, and they waste resources. Most of fucking consumable products go towards women. It was like 70-80% of consumable products go to like women are the ones purchasing it. I'm not talking about toilet paper. I'm not talking about paper towels. I'm not even talking about fucking food and other food items. I'm talking about just all kinds of perishable and consumable goods. It's women that are buying this. So the world's fucking polluted because women are buying all this shit. Women are buying everything encased in fucking plastic. Women are buying every toxic cosmetic known to fucking existence, and it's being dumped in a landfill or jumped in a fucking river. Okay, there are non-Western societies that across the board they're fucking polluting everything and they're shit, but I guarantee you it's probably because they're trying to fucking, make the women happier, right? No, you gotta go out and earn more and consume more and produce more, and it's all gonna go into a fucking landfill and destroy the environment. But you gotta do it because I need stuff. I need more money. I need more. The apple wasn't good enough. The golden apple of truth and knowledge and life was not good enough. You need to go out and earn more. You need to. I'm not speaking. I'm speaking to this as a witness. I'm seeing this happen. I mean, I have experience. My real ex, the one that I was, even considering marrying, which probably a good thing it didn't happen. But her, same thing. It wasn't good enough. Nothing was good enough. You're not working hard enough. You're not spending enough time with her. You're not making enough. You're not being productive enough. Not fucking her enough. Like, this chick was draining me. My vitality was being drained and dumped into her. So, I'm a millennial, and she was a Gen Xer. She was good for age. She looked very good for age. But, like, she had gray hair. Her hair went back to its original color because I was pumping so much vitality and louche and virile into her. Her hair color freaking came back. My hair color started to disappear. I got gray hairs in my beard now. And I took care of myself then. I was in really good shape when I met her. And then, of course, after meeting her, my fucking vitality drained. And it's not good enough. You're not traveling enough. You're not experiencing enough. Well, can't you... Like, you've already done this stuff. Can't you just be happy just being here with me? No. That's not women today. And this is all women. Unless they're fucking vegetable, they're gonna exhibit all these behaviors I've mentioned. I hope she's doing well though. I don't wish any ill will on her. I think there's enough pain and suffering back and forth. Yeah, I pray she's doing better. Hope she finds something that really makes her happy, because she wasn't happy. I thought I made her happy, but apparently not. She just was devoid of meaning, and she couldn't have children. Even if she wanted kids, she couldn't have children. And I hope something came along and really brought her peace. She loved the beach. She loved oceans and stuff, and yeah, I hope she found what she was looking for. She obviously didn't find it with me, even though I was taking care of her, even though I was giving her shelter. You know, I was just doing as much as humanly possible to keep her satisfied. Oh man, but it's never enough for women. It's all more. They run the hedonistic treadmill, and when they don't, they become miserable and apathetic to all other sufferings, all other forms of sufferings. Men can go through shit, hell on earth, and still empathize with another human being who, even if they're going through something lesser, they can still empathize. This is bullshit that men don't have heart or can't empathize. That's bullshit. Men can go through hell on earth and empathize with another human being. Jesus Christ went through hell on earth, went to hell on earth and into hell, and he's the pinnacle of acceptance and forgiveness and love. It's a man. That's, do women not realize this? It's, even if you don't believe that he existed, even if you don't believe he's God, that's the whole point. The whole message we're trying to get across here is that men are the true caretakers and the love and respect of the world. It's women. No, they're trying to block the divine feminine. I need to go out and get my fucking pussy pounded and make bills, y'all. No, like, subscribe to my OnlyFans. But yeah, what time is it? Okay, has this video been rendered yet? No, not even. I really hope this thing is not. I'm gonna be so disappointed if this thing is just skipping and you can't hear any audio. I'm gonna be so disappointed, because I'm not a very what's it called, prideful person. I don't have a lot to be prideful of, but every now and then I amaze myself with the fucking fire that I spew out. Every now and then, my genius sometimes terrifies me. When I am genius, most of the time I'm retarded. Most of the time I'm evil and retarded, but every now and then my genius amazes me. So yeah, I'm back on a dating app. It's Tinder, and I'm so disappointed in myself. And just, things keep slipping again. I'm lost. Things are slipping again. I'm slipping back into my old skin. The Ouroboros, the snake is always there. It's always the same snake. It just sheds its skin, and the cycle starts all over again. And it's the same shit over and over and over again. And it really feels like I don't want to get castrated. I don't want to have my balls cut off. I don't want to have. I like being a man. I like having the parts of a man, but I hate the fact that how much I desire women. A healthy male, right, should want to desire as many women as possible. A healthy male will desire as many women as possible. But you should, spiritually, you should hate yourself for it. You should hate the fact that you succumb to the Jezebels and the succubi and the all array of louche farming women that they farm your sexual and virile energy for themselves so they become stronger. You should hate yourself for it. I used to go to strip clubs, and if you dropped $1 million on me right now, I pray to God that I've changed and I won't go to a strip club again. Never did prostitutes. Never went that far. I don't like paying for sex is gonna make me really sad. I mean, I guess you know, it's whatever. But that's always made me kind of sad. Have to pay for sex. It's also made me kind of sad going to the strip club after, right? I was like, oh, that feeling is fleeting. That feeling of, you know, a healthy male desires women. I feel I've been born with such a high libido, and it's a fucking curse. But I don't want to lose my dick. I don't want to lose my balls. I just don't. I want to have everything function, but I just don't want to have it to be controlling my life. And I don't want to cut off my fucking hand either or gouge my fucking eye out. I try to avert my gaze. I don't masturbate anymore. Well, my edge a little bit, but edging's good for art sessions because you kind of build up that spiritual and sexual energy, and then you you paint, and you don't masturbate, you just paint it. As long as you're alone in a room, right? It's acceptable if you're alone in a room. Don't do an art class and start edging. Oh. Oh. I hope those are demons coming out. Oh fuck. In nomine Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sancti. Oh. Woo! Man, I used to have really good rants, but I always needed alcohol, so maybe I am getting better. Maybe something's finally connected. There's a neuron that latched onto another neuron, and it's creating a cascading effect of enlightenment. Seeing the world for what it really is, seeing myself for what I really am, understand every aspect of my being. Or I'm just full of shit. I'm so full of shit, my eyes are brown. Actually, they're hazel. But you can't say that anymore because it's racist, because most fucking non-whites, their eyes are fucking brown. So, and like the dark brown, the deep dark brown where it almost looks black. It's like you're looking into a fucking shark's eyes. It's a little unnerving, actually. Honestly, there's people with those really dark eyes. It unnerves me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a instinctual thing. Is like most animals that like try to hunt you have those really deep dark eyes. It's very unnerving. It's uncanny. So any humans with the deep dark eyes, you can't differentiate between their pupils and their iris. It's unnerving. It's really unnerving. No, dark eyes are original. We's the original peoples. We's blacks and brown-eyed people are the original peoples. That's another rant. That's another rant for you right there. But right now we're focusing on women. And women can do everything, and everything they do is supported. As a man, you have to be the best of whatever you choose to do. Otherwise, you will not gain any, never mind financial gain, you won't get any notoriety. Women, whatever they trip in mud and they come out with a golden fleece. They get a slap on the back for everything they do. It's fucking ridiculous. And they're protected and simped for, and it doesn't matter if they lie, they're still protected, or if they make up bogus fucking bullshit claims, there's a shield wall of simps around them, and you can't criticize them because then you're just a misogynistic incel, fucking bald cell, whatever fucking word, troglodyte, whatever word you want to use. I think my video just fucking rendered. I heard a boop. Yes, it did. Perfect. But it's exhausting, man. That's like I like being a male, but being a man is exhausting. Being a male is easier, but being a man, it's exhausting, and it's depressing, and there's a futility to it, which is why more often than not, men try to find meaning in the divine, either God or some other celestial purpose, divine purpose. Women are just always living from moment to moment, not a care in the world. Unless they're really, really, really ugly or really grotesquely fat or horribly disfigured. Even then, they still... the amount of Instagram accounts I've seen of a woman who's like fucking wheelchair bound or fucking is a vegetable or just grossly overweight, and they still living their best life. They're still living in the moment. There's still probably hundreds of guys that want to fucking clap. If a guy's disfigured, bald, in a fucking wheelchair, the only sex he's getting is if he pays for it, and he's only getting bottom of the barrel stuff. He's not getting top shelf stuff. He's getting stuff that he's gonna have to go to the hospital for after, if he wants to feel the love and touch of a woman, or he's being used as a prop for a woman to be like, look how motherly and divine I am. It's oh fuck. Oh, holy shit. Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna show myself yet, but looking beefy. Hang on, I coughed the thought process out. Where'd it go? What am I doing? Holy shit, what was I just saying? Oh my god, back to the crystal. Nobody bought today. But yeah, women just they get to live life. Men, they have to. Their whole life is not there to enjoy, to experience, but it's to prepare themselves for death. That's what it is. And they know that. All men instinctually know that your life is just a trial. Women, it's just I'm going to enjoy things, and they probably don't even get a trial. They probably just get forgiven. Unless they do something horrible like murder someone or abuse of a child, they just go straight through the pearly gates. Yeah, they'll go. Even God knows. Yeah, listen, I'm not putting tests on them because they're not gonna fucking pass. Just the bare minimum. Don't hurt anybody. All right, you get through. Men, it's like no. You're being tested. You're put on trial. You're going through fire and storm and deserts, and you're gonna go through hell on earth before you might actually go to hell. Oh, the Joker laugh's coming out. Yeah. No, but it's exhausting. You go on social media and you get this sense of where you get this overwhelming surge of envy and lust and desire, because unless you're this very unique niche person on the internet, you're getting supported. It's whatever they do. I've seen accounts that 1 minute they're like 1,000 members, and next minute they're fucking 40,000. Like what? When the fuck did they just buy? Did they just get their week's paycheck and decide to buy a bunch of followers? Like, are these bots? Like, what the actual hell? But no, it's because they're female. Everyone's like, oh, girl. Oh my god, girl influencer, girl gamer, girl gym goer. Oh my god, girl. A bunch of fucking seagulls. And as a man, especially in your spirit, you should feel disgust with yourself for wanting to desire the flesh, because it's trying to take you away from something meaningful. And I've been struggling with this. I still haven't figured out why, but you struggle with, I'm sure there's a lot of men that struggle with lust, but then they're not desirable, right? What a curse, what a tragedy that is, to have libido, to have desire, and not being desired yourself. What a curse to have this energy that you can use, and it's just going to fucking waste because of the circumstances of your birth. That's the thing with a lot of religion doesn't focus on, because maybe they just didn't understand at the time, is the circumstances of your birth, your genetics. Genetics plays such a role. I know it seems like you're just coming back to the materialism of the world, or the materialistic philosophy, but it's just your genetics play such a huge role in how your life goes. How, who your parents were, how you were born, how you look, your height, your hairline, your fucking dick size. Well, I'm alright there. I'm pretty good there. Well, flaccid's alright. But once I get her going, yeah, we're good. Okay, maybe I should cut that apart. I do reserve my videos for adults only. I make sure that no one who's not an adult can't see it. So unless someone fucking lies, that's another. Let's not talk about that. We should all be adults here. That's the early days of the internet used to be because it was the early days of the internet used to be more men, right? And because it was more men, it was more of a intellectual system. It was more of a there was a sense of like pioneering a new world, right? Creating things, understanding things, sharing knowledge, information, expanding consciousness. That's what the early days of the internet was. But now it's all catered to lust. The entire fucking internet seems to be catered to lust. And someone's gonna argue this point that no, it's not true. It's just what you're looking at. No, no, no. You go on any social media and you're bombarded with lust. You're bombarded with desire. You're bombarded with women who the only reason why they're getting any attention at all is because they have a low cut shirt when they do their videos. Like let's be real. That's the only reason. Oh, what? So you think women should cover up? No, I'm not saying women should cover up completely, head to toe, like they do in Islam, which is ridiculous. But men are biological creatures, and when you show them the flesh, and when the flesh is just there for you to see, of course you're gonna have more fucking success. And no one understands this. Anyways, this video is already an hour long. Probably ranted enough. It was a good one. I liked it. I think I'll end it here. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. And maybe my next video will be one of the other topics I discussed. I still gotta review this video, and I still gotta make a thumbnail for the other video, and it's always more and more to do. I mean, this I'm putting on myself, but again, I need to get these thoughts out. All right, dear viewer, if you're watching, if you're not watching, whatever. Till next time, God bless.